My people, what I do? We back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
And I'm Prentice.
And we about to get it rolling. My man P is dedicated, man. We've been trying to get everybody on the same page, and it's just been one hell of a time. But P is at practice with his boys, rolling his daughter around the track. We gonna make it happen. You dig?
You see us, we out here, man. We dedicated to getting this therapy and getting right. And sometimes you gotta talk to your homies while you hands full with kids, man. We're gonna get it done though.
For sure. Bell, you up, baby? Check in.
Check in. You know what? So full disclosure, yo. We haven't really no, it ain't nothing like that. We haven't really been recording as frequently as we like. So when we get on, a lot of times it'd be the first time the three of us have spoken together. So like as I'm getting ready to check in, I'm like, there's a lot of change happening with me, and not bad change, but change. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I think what's on my spirit is kind of like adapting. You know what I'm saying? Adapting and teaching people how to adapt.
Mute the baby, cuz.
Yeah.
Adapting and teaching people how to adapt, man. Like that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Yeah, I was gonna go down a whole nother path, but like that's it right now for me. It's just change. You know what I'm saying? My son's in a temporary daycare because his is being renovated. So that kind of threw me a little bit. I got stuff going on at work. Again, all positive, just change. So that's all. Just adapting and how and taking things how they come.
No doubt. So since the beginning, we've been very keen on being authentic, you know, and saying what. So I think it's really cool to have Prentice, you know, at his son's football practice, strolling his daughter around. I'm over here eating turkey pepperoni and drinking out the red Solo cup. It's all unprofessional, but we are who we are, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. In my case, school's been a nightmare, yo. These kids are just unbelievably disrespectful. What's happened to that in a little while, but yo, like the disrespect that's going around this building is crazy, and I'm doing a good job of, you know, navigating through it and getting them to turn the page, but the way they are to some of the other people in the building, whoo, good lord. And it's a TikTok challenge going around in October, slap a teacher.
Bree told me. Yo,
I heard about that.
Bree told me about that, yo. Oh my God. Ain't nobody gonna try you though. Like
I pray not, Bell.
I don't. It's like, do you really want to see where that's gonna go? Like I can see them.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like I can see them trying, like the older teachers potentially, like the teachers that look like that are potentially less likely to retaliate or something like they don't really want smoke. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go viral.
That's the case. They're gonna go viral, getting slammed on every square foot of the cafeteria, plus messing with me.
Yeah, I cannot imagine.
Yeah, my son told me about that. He told me about that challenge too, man. I'm like, I wish. I seen a post on Instagram from a teacher talking about, you know, like I know this TikTok challenge is going around, but just to let you guys know, your teachers are from the generation of Nuck If You Buck. Right, and all this other shit. So we with the smoke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, for sure. Pete, check in, homie. What's up with you?
Man, here, you know, at the field, say what's up to Uncle Chief Tip. Okay, there you go.
What's up, bro?
On the field, man. Untwist the bottle, boy, if you're gonna drink the water out of it. You know, on this field, man, I'm gonna walk away from him so he can't really hear the processing. I'm frustrated, man. I'm real frustrated, man. I'm amazed at the reality of some of my family dynamics, man. And I'm amazed in a sense, like it's not a good amaze. It's having higher expectations and them not being received. And what Bell says about adapting, man, that's really where I am. I'm really having to adapt and adjust mentally, emotionally, and physically to
is amazed the right word? It sounds more like disappointed.
Yeah, it is. Disappointed is the word. Disappointed is definitely the word, man. I'm just highly disappointed, man. It's made me upset, angry, all this stuff. So today has been a challenging day all around for me. I've been frustrated all day with various people. So
how can the homies help you? How can the homies help you get through some of this?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. You know, like I don't. I think it's a kind of like a time thing and learning to adjust to the newness of things. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. That's an honest answer. I don't.
Okay. I mean,
sometimes, man, it's I'm just gonna plug my headphones in, fellas, because I didn't bring my microphone up here, and I just feel like when I listen back to this, I'm gonna be disappointed. So I'm gonna just throw these headphones in. Call it a day.
We're gonna do better, y'all. I promise. We've been saying this for a bunch of episodes, but we're gonna be better. I promise you. We're gonna be better.
A little out of practice.
They like the authenticity of our podcast, man. It's real shit.
Yeah, real shit, real problems, real people. Right? Well, it's not like the real world slogan, but yeah, like what I was gonna say is sometimes, man, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? Like you just in it. Like, and right now you in it. You know what I'm saying? So you probably may not be able to see a solution out because right now you just got to be in it for a second.
Right.
You know what I mean? And get through the emotions, and then potentially you can start seeing a solution or some type of light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, man, that's tough, man. Family's tough, bro. Like I remember I tell everybody this about myself, that there's two people on this planet, well now three, but there's three people on the planet that can get me more furious in my family than anybody. Like, I mean, anybody. Number one's my mom, right? Like, yo, oh my God, that woman. She can get me so furious with stupid stuff. And two is, I used to say, this was just something I used to say, nobody on the planet can get you more frustrated than your child's mother. And now I have two children, and one's my wife, obviously. And those three people, like, and granted, they don't use it to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? They just intentionally try to press my buttons. But I found that there's not many people that can get me more infuriated than them. Like in his family, it's tough because they're so close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's my point is, when it comes to family, man, that's a tough. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, man. Because friends, you can just cut them off, like the hell with you, like, you know what I mean, whatever. Family, they're gonna be there no matter what. Like whether you want them to be there or not, like you guys are essentially attached at the hip by blood, you know. So
that was the thing, Bell. I hear your point, and you said, you know, friends, you can cut them off whenever you want to, whatever. And I was talking to my man E about that today, and I'm like, yo, like he's like us, like we have never gotten into a real beef, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I couldn't imagine like cutting you guys off, you know what I'm saying?
That's I don't know that we would. We're not friends, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like okay. That's, you know what I mean? Like that's you fall in that same category,
right.
Because all of my friends, my friends / family, you can get me the most mad of all of them. So
when was you mad at me, nigga?
One time, bro. We talked about this on the podcast before when we coached against each other in the spring game.
Oh.
It was about to be over for you, or center field.
Y'all was about to scrap.
Man, he ain't know it, but I was about to, because he wasn't mad. He was having a good time. I was tight. Oz can get me that way. But it's been a long time since he's probably gotten me that way more recent than you have. But even that, I can't.
So y'all niggas stay like heated debates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wouldn't say stay, but yeah.
Yo, let me give y'all a confession real quick. Complete change of topic. So, I'm impulsive as ever, right? So I just threw away half of my furniture in my house. So now I ain't got no car and my mattress on the floor. I feel like a real bum. I feel like a real bum nigga right now. I'm not even going.
Yo, did you get why?
I feel like a real scrub. I just wanted new stuff, so I threw away all my stuff. And I ordered a new bed set. It's coming Tuesday, but right now my mattress on the floor. I'm living.
You got rid of the arm wire, bro?
Yeah, bro. Got rid of the arm wire.
Wow.
Did you order a bed frame?
Yeah, it's coming Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
The whole set coming.
For the comforter.
Yeah, the whole set coming Tuesday. But yo,
niggas be kind of backwards. You know how that goes. Niggas buy $300 comforter sets to be on the floor.
Yeah, I ain't get that yet, so at least I'm winning in that regard. I'm looking over here, my bed on the floor, fam. I'm in bad shape right now. No car.
I'd be like that, bro. It's transition, man.
Can't have nobody over. Yeah, come lay on the floor. Big trash.
That's how you know she loyal if she come through.
Word. And want to stay.
Word.
Awful. Anyway, sorry, man. I had looked over and was mad at myself. Like, you scrub.
What you sitting on? You still got the couches though.
I'm well temporarily, yeah. But the living room
with everything.
The living room was a nightmare. I had to take I painted the rooms and everything, you know what I'm saying? So
that's why you had OG over there. He did outside and inside.
Yeah. So just speaking of family, Belle's dad is like Mr. Fix It, Mr. Do Everything. So he comes and he painted the crib. Womack he is hilarious, man.
I was about to say, man, we might need to have him on an episode. I don't know what the topic gonna be, but
he is hilarious, fam. Like too funny. Because I got like this glitter in my popcorn ceiling. He's like, damn, Mick. First of all, he called me Mick.
Why did he call you Mick?
Because my name is Mike, and he'd be like Mick. He call me whatever he want to call me. He'd be like, damn, Mick, this is like a palace in here, sitting around, all them hoes coming over. I'm like, yo, homie is bugged out, man. Yo, he's a wild dude. But anyways, what's on your spirit, man? Let's get into the groove of things. I want to talk about something. I don't know if it's a good opportunity to talk about it, but I was telling y'all how
I got a topic, but go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I want to save this when we all sitting down so we can really get into it. So go ahead.
We've been talking about this. Your environment, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like when is it time to go? Like when is it time to make moves out of your comfort zone? When is it time for you to get out of your environment?
So I think the comfort zone is definitely a good topic. So go ahead, Bell. Yeah. Put me on Front Street. Tell them how it is. Tell them the conversation we've been having.
All right. So thank you for giving me permission because I wouldn't have otherwise. So y'all know Chief is my man, 50 grand. And for years I've been saying that he's a big fish in a small pond. And I'm like, he's just comfortable. Like the dude literally lives about 30 feet from his job. Literally. Like roll out of bed, be at his desk within 5 minutes, like close, like that type of close. Everybody knows him where we're from. He's a poet laureate. He has every accolade you can attain in what is a small city town, right? Like he's that guy. And I think, what we've been talking about is just, it's easy, right? It's easy to show up and be who you are. If everybody know who you are, it's easy to do your job that you've been doing for 18 years. All this stuff is easy. Like they pay you enough money so you don't go looking for other jobs and you don't quit, right? You make enough money on the side. Like it's all that stuff is easy. It's comfortable. Like he's not broke by no means. He's doing well. And that's the thing. But it's in the confines of what is comfortable. Mm-hmm. So a little background about me, of all the friends, I'm the risk taker, right? I'm the one that's, if they got to do with flipping some money or betting on yourself, I'm all in if it makes sense. Like once it makes sense to me, I don't need approval. I don't need somebody else to do it. I'm going to do it. And I've won a lot and I've lost a lot, right? But it's made me who I am. So naturally, I'm constantly out of my comfort zone. So I moved out of where we're from about 9 years ago. And granted, I didn't move far, but I moved far enough
for me to get out of the normalcy, and I started doing something different from a career standpoint, right? So it's like it's different than what we've done, you know, growing up and what we've seen growing up. So I was just sharing with him, like, you got to jump out the window at some point, you know. And he was, of course, just giving me every reason as to why it'd be difficult. And Prentice, I brought you up. You know what I'm saying? I brought you up. The fact that you are a 100% full-time spoken word artist, right? And you're getting paid from your craft, you know, because Chief was trying to give some excuses, y'all, because that's what it is, an excuse. He's like, well, once I get this, then I'll do this. And I'm like, nah, bro, you don't need that, right? You got to believe in yourself, and you just got to jump, because if you don't jump, you're never going to jump. So that got me to thinking about comfort zone and everything like that. And it's another story, but so we was down, Chief and I were down in Florida, and I bumped into this dude. The last time I seen this dude was in middle school. And actually the last time I saw him didn't work out well for him. I'll leave it at that. But it had nothing to do with me, but it just wasn't a good situation for him. And then I seen him again for the first time in like 30 years. And this dude, he ain't been back since that day I saw him. He lived all over the country, all over the world, and just like, again, got out of his comfort zone and just started doing him. So that's where our whole conversation has been going. Because anytime Chief is stuck with me in a hotel room for 2 to 3 days, he know he gonna hear it from me. So that's kind of where our conversation was going. So that's why I want to talk about it, because I feel at some level, to some degree, if you come from our environment, there's a strong possibility that you're gonna have to make that decision one day, right? On staying within your comfort zone, staying what you're used to, or getting uncomfortable being in a different setting. So anyway, that's a long-winded and intro to the topic.
Right. It's and essentially it's me talking about wanting more and believing I can achieve more and attain more, but not actively pursuing it to a degree where I can go get it. You know what I'm saying? I get the small wins here and there, but actuality, I can probably get the grand win if I just take the big step. And that's the reality I've been facing. And it's good to have a team of people on your side who can actually, you know, fill your spirit with that stuff and help you believe in yourself. And my man constantly, you know, even though in many cases it comes in the form of us talking shit to one another, it's still motivating. You know what I'm saying? And we've had some real like in-depth personal, like, yo, you know what I mean? This is a route, that's a route. Maybe you should look at it like this. And I constantly confide in him in terms of, you know, business steps and things like that, because my man is successful and does what he does, and you know, he's a risk taker, and you can learn from his mistakes and his victories. So I appreciate you for, you know, putting that in me. I'm still going into it. I mean, I've taken some steps. I filled out some applications. It's in the air now, whatever, and just waiting to hear, just waiting to hear back and see what's going on. But you know, I'm actively pursuing more, and it's just a matter of how much more and how much of a risk I'm willing to take to attain that more.
Yeah. It's go ahead, Prentice.
I was gonna say them comfort zones, man. They can get dangerous, bro, with our development. You know what I mean? Like in comfort zones, man. And it's not even always like it's trip. The last 2 weeks, Bell's been saying things that have nothing to do with what's going on with me, but feel directly connected. From my space, I'm thinking from the space of, you know, like my comfort zone has always, like, my go-to comfort zone has always been my mom. You know, like at the end of the day, I can go back to my mom, and my mom is now the most new recent person. I gotta talk about it, but like I've been hesitating with this shit. But to heal and process, man, fuck it. If I do it on a podcast, I do it on a podcast. So my mom hasn't been speaking to me since my daughter was born, for whatever reason. And now is coming to my son's football games and not speaking to me in person. And I hadn't seen her in like 5 months up until 2 weeks ago. So now, you know, she got the football info from one of my son's mothers and is showing up to these games and talking to my kids and blatantly ignoring me. Like I've tried to say hi and speak, and she won't speak back. And this was like 3 weeks ago. So for me, I've had to adjust to my mom not being a part of my life anymore. And with my mom being my comfort zone, you know, my whole life, it's really interesting how um setting these new boundaries as far as like the energy people give and put to me, unfortunately have to remove sometimes certain people who are also your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Even if it's something that you don't want to do, you know. So like in Chief's situation, yeah, you gotta fly if you want to do something different. You gotta do something different. And sometimes that something different comes with a lot of different feelings, emotions, is uncomfortable. But I think once you start doing the work, the universe and everything, God kind of aligns things to show you that you're on the right path. But you had to get started. So you had to start applying. You had to redo your one man play and get it so it can be considered for a Grammy. You get what I'm saying? Like you had to do that work rather than sitting here and waiting for a magical moment to really change the tide for you. You know what I mean? Like so and like what you were saying, Bill, about me being in the middle of my stuff right now and not knowing how to answer how can my homies help. This is also part of that, you know, like jump off the edge, figure out what it feels like in this space right now. And then like you said, maybe some answers come later, but Chief, you're doing it, but like don't get confused now. Like you're doing things different. You're doing something that you didn't do last month. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna have the answer right now. You're not gonna know, like you said, how long you gotta put the work in. But it's good that the question now becomes, when does the change happen? Because you're actually starting to do the work.
Mhm.
And before that, I feel like a lot of times we gotta push ourselves to do the work to pursue different results. You know, so you stepped over that first hurdle by starting to actually do the work, put in applications. Um, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of all your stuff so you be motivated to
Right.
replenish everything in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we got to make those leaps and be on the floor as grown ass men. But it's a dope ass thing to be on the floor as a grown ass man, knowing that you got other shit coming in, and this is
Right.
temporary.
Right. Right.
You get what I'm saying? So don't play
That's a
yourself on this podcast, bro. Like just down and out, man. You renovating the house, you got to replace a $1,000 water heater. You know what I'm saying? Like, but and you're
yeah.
you're you're doing it, man.
That's a really good unintended analogy, Prentice. I don't even know if you realize it, but like it's okay to be on the floor if you know if you got some stuff coming.
Man,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, you're right.
That's you talking about a microcosm of your life right now, bro. Like that's ill.
Not
Like
word. When you put it in
that
perspective like that, it really
yeah.
is. You know what I'm
When
saying?
you think about you think about your betting situation right now, right? Like you on the floor, bro, but you got some shit coming. And the crazy, oh let's oh man, I'm about to get deep on y'all boys real quick.
Do it, do it, do it.
Peep this, right? Peep this. This is how dope shit is, right? Somebody walk into your house right now, Chief. They look at don't know the circumstances. They walk into your house right now, they're like, damn, this nigga fucked up out here.
You doing bad.
They definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this nigga fuck. Like, damn, this nigga, he work at the school. They don't pay him enough to get a frame. Like, right now, the whole time you may have to deal with that scrutiny from anybody who walks in your house. Right? It's not your responsibility to tell them what you got coming. Right? It ain't that ain't your responsibility. Your responsibility is to keep putting things in place so you know what's going to come. So it don't matter how it looked to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing, man. Sometimes we worried about how it looked. Sometimes we worry about how it looked, man, and we don't have the inner will to get through the criticism. So we're like, nah, I'ma just stay. I'm gonna go back to the comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit in your room right there, man, that should be a reminder, bro. Like that should be a reminder.
Because there was a point in time where that was reality for a lot of us. There was nothing coming.
Touche.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
there was nothing coming, bro. Like
Word.
I make my bed on the floor. I roll over and plug my charger in right next to the socket that's damn near eye level with me. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I get in a better situation sometime soon. But right now, I got to make sure I pay this rent before I can be worrying about a bed frame. That's not your case.
No, I hear you. That makes sense because Bell, every time I look at a paint can, it takes me back. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Me and Bell used to have the bed frame on paint cans. You know what I mean? Because the leg broke. Like,
a paint can, a brick in a book, to be specific.
Paint can, a brick in the Bible.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
So P,
you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
First of all, I appreciate y'all brothers, man. And thanks for the gems and the the motivation. But I just I wanna say this, and I know it's a very delicate and sensitive situation for you considering the closeness of the circumstances. However, Bell and I just returned from Florida, watching our best friend bury his mom's. If I can describe to you that just the angst on his face, the hurt in his eyes and heart, I know you're in a space of positivity and good energy and all that, and you've done your part to try to speak. I implore you to keep an open heart. I'm not even saying try to go make amends again and do what you do. Just keep an open heart and do your best to keep an open heart, man. I would hate.
My heart is all the way open. I already know where you're going, but I don't mean to cut you off.
No. Okay, as long as you do. I don't really, I don't want to. As long as you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. My heart is always open because it has to be for my development and who I want to be as a man.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So my heart remains open for that reason. However, the challenge is when you get to this age, you start to identify what's good for you and what isn't. And the hard part comes in is when you start to realize that certain people close to you are not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they're just not good for you. And the thing that I'm learning now too is that every relationship that you have is seasonal. Every single relationship that you will ever have is seasonal because it all comes to an end and it can change. Seasons in relationships don't necessarily last only for a couple of months like seasons during the year. A season can be 30 years, it can be 40 years, it can be 50 years, but you got to just be able to adapt with the changes. You know what I mean? So my heart's always open, but my heart's not going to be available and open to people who aren't pouring into it. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So I absolutely hear what you're saying, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bell started the conversation with adapting, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's just, and it's crazy how it's all coming full circle right now, but the adaptation process is just something that we all have to learn to grow with and to adapt, adjust to. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense.
The crazy thing is, and I brought up that example, and I didn't even know Prentice was going through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like to keep it a buck, me and my mom just started speaking not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't speaking for months over some stupid stuff, like in the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid in the grand scheme of things. So, it's just crazy how the universe, brings us to these topics. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have a topic going into this episode, and then now we talking about something that I was just experiencing recently, Prentice is experiencing now, you experiencing on a different level in terms of adjusting, getting out of your comfort zone, adapting, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how like we can all lead similar lives in different ways at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or similar experiences.
Right. And have the same conversation about three totally different things.
But about the same thing.
And that's right. And that's the cool
crazy part.
Yeah, and that's the cool part actually. Yeah, man. So I mean, P, so do we have a title for what this season is called? You know what I'm saying? Is it an adaptation season? Is it an adjustment season? Is it?
Well, think about it, but like think about it. This is the best season of my life, and I was alluding to it with our last podcast last week when we filmed. Like the things going on with my mom. But I was saying that I'm experiencing some of the most heavy changes right now at the greatest time of my life. You know what I'm saying? So my season feels like tropical islands in paradise with the heaviest hailstorm I've ever seen in my life that comes and goes, but I'm still focusing on the leaves and the sun and the fresh fruit and all that shit. You know what I mean? So my season looks different than your season. You get what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. But I mean,
so what's your season like?
But no matter the season, right? No matter the season, I feel like there's always going to be a challenge.
There's always going to be bad weather.
Oh yeah.
There's always going to be a challenge, and it's going to be your responsibility to focus on the best part of that season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think, Chief, for you right now, I feel like I feel like you living in New England. Like, that's what season you got. Like your season, like it's
I don't
like
know what that means.
So New England.
I hate the Patriots. I'm a Raiders
fan. We got
fan.
all 4 seasons. Like Cali don't have all 4 seasons. We have all 4 seasons: summer, spring, winter, fall. Like we have them in its truest form. And if you're from here, you're used to it. So you're like, oh, this is cool. I can deal with this, right? Like, yeah, it's 6 degrees below zero, but I'm used to this, right? So you get comfortable. You just like, this is just what I'm used to. Not knowing that if you went, 8 hours down the road, 10 hours down the road, down to North Carolina, Virginia, you won't have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't have to deal with this. Life can be a little different. But when you're used to dealing with it, that's all you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like with his life right now, it's like it's life in New England for him. It gets really cold in the winter, but I'm used to it. Right? Like it gets really hot in the summertime, but I'm used to it. And I know the fall's coming. I know that spring is coming. Where it's like, nah, bro, it could actually be like this all year round.
Yeah, so it's just all over the place. For me, it's kind of like that picture you see online where the dude got the winter coat on, some shorts and some slides, and I'm saying one of them joints on. Like you just don't know what to prepare for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of them for me, man. It's just all over the place, up and down. But I think if I had to title it, I'd call it better. In just a sense that like, just everything is just. I want better. I want better furniture in my house. I want, better looking walls. I want better for my, what I'm saying? I think it's just I'm moving in a better direction in terms, even my mentality, bro. Like when I tell you work has been really on my ass these past couple of days, but when people text me, yo, how you doing? I'm like, hey, it's been rough, but I'm winning. I can't lose. I'm winning. And
why? You know why? Another reason why I think work is, in addition to the kids being bad this year, another reason why I think it's getting to you so much, because this ain't your only option. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't your only option. So you don't have to, you in the back of your mind, like, I ain't got to deal with this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes too, Bill, to add on to that, man, sometimes these seasons got a way of pushing you towards some different type of weather,
that's
man.
What I told him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's sounding like you starting to get a lot of signs. And I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you did the thing for the Grammys. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you're applying, because it sounds like things are happening that are telling you there may be a shift coming, but in order to get to that shift, you got to put in some work to get there.
Right. And that's kind of what I've been feeling, man. Like I really been feeling like, and it's how to say whenever everything goes bad, because something good's on the way. Like it's been a hailstorm in the tropical island for me, P. Like you just said. Like most people get thunderstorms. P said a hailstorm. Like you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's been feeling like. So I can't say I'm going with the motions, because I'm not. Like I'm really like I'm making some move, but I think I want to be more intent and more purposeful and more what's the word I'm looking for? And more intentional on these next steps that I want to make. I need to be more intentional. I want to have that plan.
You have to, because you got a lot at stake. Right? Like let's not get it twisted, right? Nobody said it was going to be easy, right? So you definitely have to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? And we're at an age now where the next move has to be the right move. You know what I'm saying? Because too much is at stake. Right. So it has to make sense. You know what I mean? And but somebody told me, not somebody, I read this in the book, and I actually used this in my interview for my job that I'm in now. The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree was today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this would have been great if you'd have did 25 years ago, but you know, the next best time to do it is now.
Right now, right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just something to keep in mind. I ain't gonna lie, I killed them with that answer when that came up. I don't even remember what they asked me, but that was
yeah,
my answer.
Whole lot right there.
I was like, yeah. I'm
good.
Okay.
Good, nigga. Quick on your feet. Word. That's what's
man.
up. Well, listen, man, I'm actually very glad that we were able to do this, P. We really appreciate you for, taking this time to check in. You got your baby on your shoulder, you got your boys.
A lot going on.
But this is what we do. This is what we do. We be doing this if we weren't on the podcast talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
No, word.
That's what I love about us, but like for real, that's what I love about our podcast and just us as friends. Like, there's no, oh shit, she's spitting me. Fuck. There's no, come on, Jill. Damn, there's no like, we're not putting on the front for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact. Yes.
Like, we don't put on no kind of facade for these podcasts. We, it's all about us trying to get right, and hopefully in the process, other people get right too. So, man, y'all appreciate me. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, so for the people listening, don't be judging the baby in the background, the static noise and all that.
I wish y'all would.
Or do. Whatever.
or do.
I wish y'all would judge me.
Whatever y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is for us at the end of the day.
Right.
And hopefully it can help some of you. But shit, we just got to make sure we keep dropping gems on for y'all consistently, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get it figured out. As y'all can see, we got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So
damn sure do. So Bellhead, hit him with a final thought, man.
Final thought. Final thought. Never worry about how it looks. Right? Just stay focused on where you're going. Never worry about how it looks. Just stay focused on where you're going.
I like it. P?
This is the first time I'm kind of stuck, man. I don't know, man. Take things one day at a time. And as like I think I said often, be kind to yourself in the process, man. While you figuring this shit out, while you're going through things, just be kind to yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have it all figured out. You're not going to have it all figured out immediately. So don't let people convince you that you have to have it all figured out. Because that's just not how life works.
That's it.
In the spirit of not having it all figured out, I think knowing and believing that you can achieve more is motivation to actually attack that dream. But a lot of us don't believe enough or even have the aspiration to achieve more and better because we get complacent. So I think dream big and then dream bigger, and that the rest will fall into place. Dream big, dream bigger, and actively apply yourself towards those dreams.
Yes. Put the work in. Yes. 100%.
Yeah. So that's
dreams don't work if you don't.
Right. That's that. And I think that sums it up. Fellas, I appreciate y'all. We're going to do what we do. It's been another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. Do us all a favor and hug a black man today.
Do it.
And tomorrow.
Do it.
I love y'all boys. We out.
Love y'all, man.
Peace, man.